Have you ever felt invisible, as if your words were slipping away without a trace? Have you ever tasted the bitter taste of disrespect, leaving you with shattered self-esteem and shattered inner peace? We live in a world where respect seems to have become a rare commodity. We often find ourselves struggling to make our voices heard, to assert our needs, and to protect our dignity. But what can we do when we feel disrespected? How can we react in a way that does not compromise our serenity and well-being? What if we told you that there is a way, a path illuminated by ancient wisdom, that can guide you toward a life of respect and inner peace? What if we told you that you can learn to disarm those who disrespect you, not with anger or defensiveness, but with calm inner strength and compassion? And if you stay until the end of the video, you will discover the 9 transformative attitudes that can radically change the way you deal with disrespect and allow you to live a more serene, balanced, and fulfilling life. The morning sun painted the sky a delicate pink as a group of pilgrims gathered in the tranquil garden of an ancient Japanese Buddhist temple. The air was thick with anticipation as they awaited the arrival of the venerable monk Kizo, known for his profound wisdom and ability to guide people to inner peace. Kizo emerged from his abode, his steps slow and measured, his face weathered but lit by a benevolent smile. He sat on a meditation cushion, surrounded by the eager pilgrims. "Dear friends," Kizo began in a calm, deep voice, "today we will discuss a topic that touches all of us at every stage of life: respect. How can we earn the respect of others, even those who seem not to offer it to us? And how can we do so in a way that nourishes our soul and guides us toward a more peaceful life?" The pilgrims approached, eager to hear the wise monk's words. "The first attitude," Kizo continued, "is to master the art of not reacting. When someone disrespects us, our first reaction is often to respond with anger, defensiveness, or sarcasm. But this knee-jerk reaction only gives us the illusion of control. In reality, we are giving our power away to the other person, allowing their words or actions to dictate our emotional state." Kizo paused, letting his words settle in the air. Imagine you are in a work meeting and a colleague criticizes you unfairly in front of everyone. Your first reaction might be to fight back, to defend your work with passion. But what if instead you take a deep breath and choose not to react immediately? This pause will give you time to reflect, to observe your emotions, and to choose a conscious response aligned with your values. A young woman among the pilgrims raised her hand. "But Master," she asked, "doesn't not reacting mean you are passive or weak?" Kizo smiled. "No, my dear, not reacting does not mean being passive. It means choosing not to be controlled by the provocations of others. It means maintaining calm and dignity even in the face of adversity. It is an act of great inner strength." The second attitude, Kizo continued, is to use silence as your ally. Silence is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. When you choose silence in the face of provocation, you are demonstrating that you are in control of your emotions. You are also disarming the other person who was expecting a reaction. Kizo told the story of a samurai who, faced with an insult, remained silent. The attacker, frustrated by the lack of reaction, eventually walked away. Silence, Kizo concluded, is like a sharp sword. It can cut through anger and negativity, revealing the truth of the situation. Use it wisely. The third attitude, Kizo continued, is to recognize your own strength and self-sufficiency. Don't seek validation from others to feel good about yourself. Cultivate your own inner strength and self-confidence. When you know you are capable and worthy, you don't need the approval of others to feel complete. Kizo told the story of a young monk who, unsure of his abilities, constantly sought the approval of his teacher. One day, the teacher said to him, "Your strength lies not in my approval, but in your ability to cultivate your wisdom and compassion. True strength," Kizo concluded, "comes from within." When you are self-sufficient, you are no longer vulnerable to manipulation or criticism from others. You are free to be yourself. The fourth attitude, Kizo said, is to put what matters first. Don't let others dictate your priorities. Define your values and act accordingly. Learn to say no to what is not essential, so that you have time and energy for what really matters. Kizo told of a woman who, overwhelmed by the demands of work and family, felt constantly exhausted and dissatisfied. One day, she decided to make a change. She began saying no to commitments that didn't align with her values and spending more time on what truly made her happy. When you put what's important first, Kizo explained, you regain control of your life, and the people around you will learn to respect your choices. The fifth attitude, Kizo continued, is to use time as a source of wisdom. Don't act impulsively. Give yourself time to think before you respond or make a decision. Time will allow you to see the situation more clearly and act wisely. Kizo told the story of a king who, faced with a difficult decision, withdrew to meditate for several days before making a decision. Time, Kizo said, is a precious gift. Use it to cultivate wisdom and patience. When you act calmly and thoughtfully, your actions will be more effective and your decisions wiser. The sixth attitude, Kizo continued, is the urgency to set boundaries. Do not allow others to cross your emotional or physical boundaries. Learn to say no and protect your well-being. When you set clear boundaries, people will learn to respect them. Kizo told of a man who, while always available to everyone, felt constantly exploited and drained. One day, he decided to change. He began to say no to excessive demands and to devote more time to himself. Setting boundaries, Kizo explained, is not an act of selfishness, but of self-love. When you protect your own well-being, you are also teaching others how to treat you. The seventh attitude, Kizo said, is brutal honesty. Be honest with yourself and others. Tell the truth, even when it is difficult. Honesty builds trust and respect. Kizo told the story of a merchant who, in order to close a deal, was tempted to lie about the quality of his merchandise, but in the end, he decided to be honest, even if it meant losing the deal. Brutal honesty, Kizo explained, may be uncomfortable in the short term, but in the long term it builds strong, lasting relationships. When you are honest, people know they can trust you. The eighth attitude, Kizo continued, is transformative gratitude. Instead of reacting to criticism or provocation with anger or defensiveness, try responding with gratitude. Thank the other person for his or her point of view. This unexpected response will disarm your interlocutor and put you in control of the situation. Kizo described a scene in which an elderly monk, unjustly accused of theft, responded simply, "Thank you for giving me the opportunity to clarify this situation." His calmness and gratitude stunned the accuser, who eventually apologized. Gratitude, Kizo explained, is a powerful weapon. It transforms anger into understanding, defensiveness into openness. When we respond with gratitude, we show that we are in control of our emotions and are not influenced by the negativity of others. And finally, Kizo concluded, the ninth attitude is respect for yourself and others. Treat yourself with kindness and compassion, and treat others as you would like to be treated. Respect is the basis of all healthy relationships. Kizo spoke of a village where people treated each other with respect, regardless of their social standing or differences. In this village, peace and harmony reigned. Respect, Kizo said, starts from within. When you respect yourself, it is easier to respect others. And when you treat others with respect, you create a kinder, more compassionate world for all. The sun had set, leaving the sky a deep blue dotted with stars. The pilgrims thanked Kizo for his teachings and headed toward the exit, their minds filled with reflection. Kizo's words resonated in their hearts, reminding them that respect, like peace, begins within. And if you stay until the end of the video, Kizo had said at the beginning, you will discover the 9 transformative attitudes that can radically change the way you deal with disrespect and allow you to live a more peaceful, balanced, and fulfilling life. And so it was. The pilgrims had discovered that respect is not something that comes through force or manipulation, but through calm, inner strength, and compassion. They had learned that true power lies in the ability to control one's emotions, to define one's boundaries, and to live by one's values. They had discovered that respect, like peace, begins within, and that when we cultivate respect for ourselves and others, we create a kinder, more compassionate world for all.